Hello there everyone and welcome to PS4, and I thought I'd have a quick look at Battle Islands. Battle Islands appeared on under the free-to-play part of the PlayStation Network, and I thought I'd download it and have a look at it. Right, so what we've got is essentially a clone of Clash of Clans. Don't know if any of you played Clash of Clans on either iOS or Android. It's a kind of a town building exercise where you build a town and you get troops and things like that to defend your island. This is a Second World War version of it. So what we got on here is now I've spent a little bit of time getting some extra bits on. So you can see what's going on. You've given this island to begin with. You go through tutorial and you build defences on it. You train troops for attacking. And over time you get a bigger island and upgrade things. Now this is done though not real time but over time. For instance, I upgraded this camp here and I've got 3 hours and 46 minutes left. Well, I mean, it's 6 hours it takes to upgrade, and the higher upgrade, the longer it takes. If this follows the kind of pathway of Clash of Clans, I've got one step away from the highest level town hall in Clash of Clans. I know if I upgrade that, it'll take 14 days real time, 2 weeks to actually upgrade. So it is not it's not a game that you play for hours and hours on end. It's one you dip into every so often and make adjustments to. That's why Clash of Clans and games like it work so brilliantly on mobile devices, because you can play them in breaks or 5 minutes. You can play them sitting on the toilet. Brilliant. How this will translate to the PlayStation 4, the people aren't on their PlayStation 4 in those kind of like 5 to 10 minute instances during the day where they can update things. So I think it's interesting. Anyway, let's have a little look at what we got here. So I started with this island, and I've got an additional island here. As you level up, and I'll show you I'll give you a tour of the island so far. I've got defences, I've got machine gun emplacements, I've got a howitzer. That red circle, it can't actually attack within that red circle, but it's devastating. I've got another chap here. So if anybody attacks my island, they will have to get past my machine gunners and my howitzer, and their goal will be to take down my centre here, my command centre, and also to raid these 2 areas of all of my stock, my supplies. I will try to stop them, but this is done, I'm an offline. I have no control over this. I just put the defences down and they'll automatically trigger when someone attacks me. I've got one here as well. This is a little boat that will shoot things that are trying to attack me and land on my beach. Yeah, and then this is a factory. This creates supplies. This rig will also create supplies. These engineers, they are the guys who will upgrade what you're doing. This is your supply bunkers. So this is where you actually store all the supplies which you will be able to upgrade things with. And here are my barracks where my troops are deployed. So I'll just show you the basic mechanics of this. If I wanted to upgrade, say, got enough money, the machine gun nest here, I'll click on it and it'll give me information about it. So it does 9 damage, it's got 450 health, blah blah blah, it attacks anything. It'll cost me to upgrade it 3,200 gold. So sorry, supplies. So I can't do that at the minute. Let's find something else that's cheaper to upgrade. Here we go. 400. So I can upgrade this. Ooh, near the airplane going across there. That's a supply drop. There it is. Let's grab the supplies. Boink. So 400 supplies to upgrade it, and it will take 5 minutes to upgrade. Now obviously the more I upgrade it, the longer time it will take. Currently I've got 2. This is being upgraded, so I've got an engineer working on this. Now I've got this little engineer here. Let's zoom in, this little chap here. I've only got 2 engineers. They live in these little houses, so I can only upgrade 2 things at a time. And I'll come to in a minute my biggest problem with these kinds of games. Let's have a look at the menu. I can go to a shop and it will show me what I can get. So facilities, these are things that are actually inbuilt onto your island. Engineer will now cost me 500 gold. I'll come back to that in a moment. I have to have a level 6 command bunker to have another set of barracks. You can see supply depots, which means I can hold more supplies. A hangar to hold aeroplanes, comm centre, which reinforcements for far overseas. I think that is if you join a clan or link up with someone, you can have some of their troops stored with you. Got my command bunker already. Airdrop me to get more supplies. The rig, I've got one of those built already. That gives me more supplies. Factory gives me supplies. And the shipyard will allow me to provide ships and further defences for my island. Defences are things that go on the island themselves. You can see the machine guns there already. I've got a howitzer. We've got a landmine, a bomb. We've got a sea fort, which is an elevated position that you put out to take down things before they land. Anti-aircraft guns to take down aeroplanes. An airfield to house aeroplanes. Naval mines to blow up ships. A camp, you can store some of your own recruits on the camps. And then the harbour is the one we saw, which will allow you to provide ships to guard the beaches. Landmarks are vanity stuff. You can see they cost an awful lot of supplies or require you to unlock particular achievements. A million supplies, various flags, what have they got? That's all we got for that. Then as you level up, you can buy additional islands for more space. You can see they're quite expensive, 150,000 supplies there. So you can actually then make your island bigger so you can have more troops, more supplies, more defences. This is where I have a problem. Now obviously this is a free-to-play game, and to be fair, the people in free-to-play games do have to make money. And generally if I have a free-to-play game that I join, I will make at least one transaction on that free-to-play game if I'm going to continue paying it, just to help out the devs. This game is going to be deleted as soon as I finish this video, so I'm not going to buy anything. Oh, you can see gold, and I'll show you what gold is used for in a minute, but gold will actually cost real money. One of the things that gold can do is to restock all your supplies. So I can spend 5 gold. I've got 13 left to put 1100 supplies in there. I've got 8,000 supplies. I've got 20. I can't do that. So I click on that. My supplies have gone up, so I can start building additional things. Now, one of the limitations of this game is that you can only at the moment construct 2 things at a time, or upgrade 2 things at a time, because I've only got 2 engineers. If I want an additional engineer, you can see that it's going to cost me 500 gold. Now gold does not drop. Another plane go over your head. Gold does not drop very regularly. So really for 500 gold, you either have to wait for weeks and weeks and weeks, or you're going to have to buy something. So this is really, unfortunately, to speed the game up, if you want to be able to do more than 2 upgrades or 2 builds at a time, you're going to have to spend cash. We can see straight away that we are probably looking at spending £3, which may think that's not a huge amount, but you're doing this again and again and again. And particularly I found with Clash of Clans, I've got to a level now where really, unless I'm going to spend a ridiculous amount of time playing it, I'm going to have to fork out cash to get to those kind of final levels, which I'm not prepared to do. It's not a game that I'm prepared to spend huge amounts of cash on. Spending 40 quid on a AAA title, fair enough. But if you end up paying £40 just over a period of time on a game like this, I personally think it's a waste. A lot of people spend a lot of money on these. It's down to personal taste. So you can see all the bits and pieces we're doing here. So I can build, I've got nothing I can build here because I've maxed out. I think I've got all the stuff I can have without spending money. I haven't got enough money for a shipyard, but I can build all these things if I needed to. So let's get into a little bit of combat. Battle. Now, at the moment I've got a shield. They give you 3 days grace to build a decent encampment, so you won't get invaded or attacked by other players along with that shield. My shield is on the top right hand corner there. You can see the little hat with 1 day, 22 hours. So it gives you an opportunity to protect yourself, get yourself established before you're owned by more experienced players. And in the shop, funny enough, you can buy camouflage, 4 gold, which will give you 1 day camouflage with 50, etc. You can see here there's a way of actually protecting 4 week camo for 700 gold. So if you want to have 4 weeks of grace to build an absolutely humongous presence so no one can touch you, then you can spend, you'll have to spend at least 739 on that at the moment, because that's not enough. So you can see how these guys will make their money. So let's attack. Oh look, it's supplies, 151 supplies. Let's have a look at a battle. And this is how battles work, very basically. And I'm going to do a battle which is campaign, which means I lose me my shield. I'm likely to get owned here because I'm really not strong enough yet. Won't let me go further. Oh no, I can get to this one, can't I? Right, there's 5,000 supplies up for grabs here. Let's have a little look at it. So here's the island. A couple of all very, very well protected machine gun posts. I'm going to struggle here, and there's one of these as well. And what I want to do is take out the supplies and take out that really. So let us drop some of these guys in, and then I'm going to do my mortarers who attack behind them. They're very good at taking down machine gun posts. I'm going to get so owned actually. Now, that's all the control you have over it. Unfortunately, let's get some more of the mortarers in. There you go, they've blown up. So the mortarers work behind. Oh. Hopefully work behind these little guys here, because they get owned very quickly. You see they're dead. Take down supplies, lovely, and then I'll be taking down these guys. So I need to get some mortars behind that. Pop them in. And let's get my last load of these. Oh, these little chappies are really going to die. Come on, the mortar guys are going the wrong way. The thing is, I can't get them to go where I want them to. I need those mortar guys to be here. It's very noisy, isn't it? Sorry if you can't hear me very well. Might as well get the last lot of guys in. Oh, I won! Dog defeat. You're defeated in battle, don't give up, you can still win the war. Never mind. So I've got 3,404 supplies there. I haven't beaten the island, there's some stuff left. Now, what I will do now is I will go in and I'll have to restock my troops. So in here, I'll go into the barracks. I will train in the barracks here. Come on, train. I've got these little chaps. So I haven't had a Jeep before because it's only recently upgraded. So I will get one Jeep, like that, two Jeeps. I'll get a load of riflemen, like that. And then I'm going to go to the other one. And what we will do is, we'll train in there. And I'll get a couple more of these. Let's get some of these guys behind me as well. Lovely. And then it'll take time for those to spawn. And if you want to get them spawned straight away, you can use gold. So if I do that, that means they're already spawned and ready to go. And you can upgrade your command center, so promoting the command center will give you access to different things. So I've got a Jeep, I can upgrade them. The riflemen for 3,000 supplies will get to rank 2, so obviously they do more damage then. I can have tanks, bazookamen, artillery strikes, submarines, torpedo bombers, medical drops, bombers, paratroopers, warships. I mean, there's quite a lot going on here actually, and I think if you have the time to spend on it, I mean, I love Clash of Clans, I've really enjoyed it. I've been playing it for about 11 months now. I really like it. But it suits mobile. I don't think this kind of game suits a console, because people just can't access a console as freely as they could access a mobile. I can't see it actually working. So, Battle Islands. Neat little game. I can see that it would be a lot of fun to play, but I think it is lost on a console. I think this is the wrong platform for it to be on. Personal thing, you may have an entirely different view, but personally I think this is the wrong place for it to be. It's not going to find a home on console because it needs to be a game you can access quickly for 5-10 minutes at a time, whereas that's not what people do with consoles particularly. You know, you'd be working during the day or at school or wherever you might be, you come home and you play for a couple of hours of an evening. Well, by that time you've probably already been attacked a dozen times and a lot of your supplies have been taken. There's no way of managing it properly. So, check it out. It is free to play. You know, you don't have to spend any money on it at all. If you don't spend money on it, it will take a long time to get to the higher levels. But there is fun to be had, but that fun is, I suppose, limited by how much you like these games and whether you consider your PlayStation 4 time to be well spent on this, when, as I'm going to be doing in a very couple of moments, you could be playing Dragon Age Inquisition. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Like, favourite and subscribe. Do all of the sociables, and as always, happy gaming. And I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.